Evening everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? Back streaming again with my Jamoween entry. So since yesterday I've spent a little bit of time today. I've got now a randomly generating maze, which now I'm going to add some graphics to, add a player, get hopefully most of that sorted out. So if preview the level, currently just got it generating on a mouse click, so it randomly generates a maze. The pink's the player start point, the D's a door to exit, and at the minute the green's where you'll pick your spade up that you'll need to collect before you can dig your way out of the avalanche. So it just randomly creates different mazes. Hi Bud Pico, how are you doing? Your game coming on well? Are the sound levels okay? Turn the background music up a little bit tonight, but not sure that I've done it too much. So what we'll do first, we will get a player dropped in to that level. Actually, we'll create it in my object storage and then I can just create it in code in the actual level. So for now we'll make it a sprite, although I am going to turn these into 3D objects at some point. To create an actual player. So I'll put up in Affinity Designer and I'll load my player. Not doing the skiing game. Yeah, I am doing the skiing game still, but once you get caught by the avalanche and it buries you alive, it'll then go to this maze section where it's sort of simulating you being stuck inside the avalanche, and you've got to pick up the spade and go to the exit to dig yourself out before your air runs out. If you manage to do that, then you'll start skiing again and it'll continue looping until you lose all your lives. That's the plan anyway. I'm not downloading a new version. I've got a player here somewhere. So this is my player, so we'll export that. It'll have to be quite a bit smaller. I think I'm going to make the maze 64 by 64. At the minute I've got it set to 32, but I've done it so I can fiddle with the values without having to recode everything. So I think if I change these to need to stretch that 60 by 60, stretch, and maze edges, we'll resize those so it fills more of the screen up. Have you done much work on your game today, Bud Pico? give these maze edges solid behaviour so that the player will crash into them and not go through them. Before I forget. So let's export this player. Not sure what this is going to look like at such a small size, but only 60. Load that player in that I've just made. Yeah, I think that'll probably look fine when it's in the game. Like I say, it is going to be a 3D object eventually, but for now it'll do like that. Right, we'll give it a box collider as opposed to that weird shaped one. Not wanting to get stuck in the maze, so I'll just add a little bit of a slight board around it. I'll put the image point at the bottom. I think, where's it going to spawn? I may have to put it top left for now just to match the tiles so that it doesn't get stuck, but I can fiddle with that later. So what I want to do is when it's all been created, once this has been done and the sprite spawn thing's been added, we will get that to create a version of the player. And we'll stick that on the maze layer. Image point 0. Done. So yeah, it's creating our player now. So if I give that player the 8 direction behaviour, don't want default control. Well, actually leave the control for now. We want 4 directions. We don't want to set its angle. Right, not that level. This one. So we generate that. The player's there, and I can now move the player. Thinking maybe tile movement might be better. Which is something I've never actually used, so let's see how that actually works. Disable that for now. Tile height and width are 64 by 64. I think that may be all I have to do to get it working. Generate a map. Ah, yeah, that's a lot better. It means I won't get stuck on any of the corners or edges. So what we'll do, we will give the player an instance variable so we know whether he's collected the shovel to dig himself out or not. Stay collected. Initially that's false. That's a maze generation. Create another group just to organise it. Maze, exit, start, and collectibles. Bit of a mouthful. What I've got to do is add in the controls for the player, because then I can get rid of the default controls and it doesn't cause any weird behaviour when I'm enabling and disabling things. Lurking on mobile at the moment, no problem, lurk away. Add another group for the maze keyboard controls. So keyboard, keys down, we will just use the cursor keys for now, like I did for the skiing level. I will probably add in WASD as well. And with that we'll simulate control, pressing right, and then we'll just duplicate this 3 times, and we'll add the left arrow, and that can obviously simulate left. Then we'll add the up arrow and use that to simulate up, and the down arrow, and that can simulate down. So right, right, left, left, up, up, down, down. So now I can edit behaviours. We don't need that 8 direction because I'm not using that. And the tile movement's what we're using, so we will remove the default controls. I'm going to speed it up because it seemed a little bit slow, that little test that I did. Right, I've broken something there. Where have those actions gone? Where'd they go? They were literally there the second since. Strange. Oh, I know what I did. I added them to simulate height direction. It's the grid movement I'm meant to be simulating. Right, we'll do it properly this time. Simulate left. Simulate up. And simulate down. So that should work this time. Create a maze. That is still painfully slow. For 250 and 250. I think I also set the speed on the 8 direction and not the tile before. Generate a level. Right, so there we go, we've got the player moving. Next we shall get him to be able to pick up a spade, which at the moment I've not got a spade. In that case I will draw a spade. I'll do it on a can laugh at my very poor vector art skills. This is the first time for it. For a couple of years I've actually done vector art this jam, so but I really didn't want to do pixel art again, because that's what I always do. So convert that to curves. Then if I remember rightly I can join these together using add, and I then have a little bit of a spade looking thing ish. Actually if I undo that I think I can probably change the curves on that somewhere. Hi Sticks, you alright? You come and watch me fumbling about in Affinity Designer and not really know what I'm doing. Sure there's some way that I can change the angle of these corners without suppose I can just drag them. What I'm making here is a spade, because it looks just like a spade at the moment. Get that and add those together. There we go, perfect spade. And every good spade needs a handle. Grab that colour. Make it slightly darker. Hi, not James Acaster, thanks for the follow. And welcome raiders. Thanks for the raid, Dunnikin. Just fumbling my way around in Affinity Designer, trying to do vector art. Thanks for the follow, She Must Be Emma. As you can see, I've not really got a clue what I'm doing with it. So I always get this wrong, but I think if I do that and select that, it's one of these that does it. Subtract. Yeah, what a pro. So hi Ian, hi Pet Shop Girl, Dunny. Did your stream go well, Dunny? Ah, look at this wee guy looking good. Yeah, that's the main character. Now you've all joined, I'll show the current sort of position of the game. I've done a little bit of work today, not too much, but when the avalanche catches you, then you've got to appear in this maze. So I've set up a maze that at the minute just on mouse click randomly creates a maze. Ignore the fact it's creating a load of players at the bottom, it won't do that. It's only because I'm making loads of mazes. So currently just added the player in. What you'll have to do, the player will spawn on that pink square. That'll be the spade that I'm just drawing that you have to collect, and then you have to get up to the exit with the spade and escape. Also probably add your skis in here that you have to collect that you've lost it when you've got caught by the avalanche. Did I see an amazing second level? Yep, this is the amazing second level. Better than yesterday's. Cool. It looked good what I saw of it. Obviously I only joined late and then buggered off again. But yeah, so tonight I'm going to be... This is 2D at the minute, but I'm going to make it 3D like the skiing level. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. Hopefully turning this 2D maze into a 3D one. And getting the movement and stuff sorted out. Right, so I've just set up the keyboard controls for the player to move about. Let's get back to this spade that I'm trying to make. Join those two together. Give them a black border, not that wide. And then the same for the spade. And what I need to do is then add the white border to give it this sticker style effect that I've been using. I think I'll just make this slightly shorter for now. Bearing in mind it's got to go in a small square grid. So if I duplicate those, I will add those two together, move them behind the other two, give them a thicker line, and turn that white. And turn that white, and there we have our sticker effect that I've been doing. It's a little bit too thick. Match. And we'll just add a little bit of shading in on this. Add that in there, and then if I drop that as a child of that, get rid of the stroke, I should be able to give that a bit of shading. It's a little bit rubbish, but it'll do for now. So what I'm going to do is just copy that, paste it as a child of that, move it up here, change the colour of it, and that can be used then for the shading for this. Yep, that'll do. So let's export that. Just a selection. Go with 60. You can see grid 64. Get rid of that, and now we're ready to import that into the engine. So I'll do it as a 2D sprite for now, although it will change later on tonight. With this being 60 high, I'm going to probably have to move the image point just outside of it so that it sticks it central in the grid. And how wide did it come out? 20, so that's 44, 22 on the X. So when it joins it to the tile, it'll join the top left of the tile, and then it should hopefully appear in the middle. That's the plan anyway. So let's get that appearing. I'm probably doing a bit here that I don't need to do, because I'm creating an object to show where it is, and then I'm using that to spawn another object. Just a bit of a waste really, but I can tidy that up after. pulling through relays from the skiing game then for some reason. Choose a spade. Right, why has it done that? Why have we got 6 spades? Why then did we get no spades first time? Right, we'll get rid of the mouse clicks. I'm wondering if it registered a few extra clicks. I'll just do a on start a layout, so move all this lot. Right, so that's the spade spawned. I've got rid of that duplicate code I had, and now we're collecting the spade and destroying it. I will add some fancy particle effect or something and a sound later for that. But we also need to set that the players picked up the spade so they can get out. So we'll turn that to true. On level setup we need to set that to false, because there's a chance in the game that you'll come through this level a few times, so I don't want that value being kept. So that should now allow us to collect the spade, so we can dig our way out of this. That's spawned handily. Probably need to try and work it so the spade doesn't spawn right next to the door, but so that's the spade collected. Now we need to add to the door a collision check. So player collision with another object, the exit bit. Add another condition, we need to check that they've actually got the spade. And if so, we need to display some form of message, and then it's going to be a case of reloading the avalanche level. So I'll get that working, then I'll make a start on the 3D graphics. How's your game coming on sticks? Have you got anything done on it tonight since you finished work? We'll add another layer on, the UI layer. Make sure that can't move about anywhere. And we'll reuse the text object that we used on the avalanche page. Where did I put that? It's in assets. That one. Put that at 0, 0. And we'll have that initially invisible. And what we'll probably do is copy the logic in from the other level. Yeah, can just copy all that lot, and then we should straight away have the countdown ready for this level starting. I haven't done anything else since stream really. You hoping to get some more done tonight? Let's see if that countdown works. Am I setting it visible? Yeah. What I do, I may add a slight weight here at the beginning just so that it gives it a split second to do that. I'll see what it looks like first. It might just work. Yep, it's not really taxing, I suppose. And in the past, when I procedurally generated things, sometimes you can have your countdown starting and it's still generating stuff, but it's such a simple thing it's making, it doesn't look like it'll cause any problems. If the kids go to bed, I might do a bit later on. Get them sent to bed. No supper. So we've got that set up for the beginning of a level. What we then want to do is make it visible here. And we want to set the text. I'll go with something simple for now till I think of something better. Is there a chance they won't go to bed? Hi Marlene, how are you doing? Thanks for the follow. And then what we'll do is wait a few seconds. And then we'll transfer back to the other level. Got a layout, and we'll go to the skiing level 1. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to procedurally generate the actual levels, but I'll probably make half a dozen skiing levels with different courses, and it'll just randomly pick one and go to that. But for now we'll just go back to level 1. Let's check if that works. That's handily spawned the spade right next to me. And then up we go. You escaped. And we're back to skiing. 3, 2, 1. And we can ski again. After last night's stream I changed it slightly because I'd set it up so that the avalanche moved when you hit a tree. It now comes closer when you miss the gates, and if you hit a tree you lose a life. As you can see up at the top, it's deducting a life from you. So once this catches me up, then it should be able to... I'm dead, and it should take me to the maze level. And for some reason the controls don't work when it comes back to it, but we'll sort that out later. Good Richard, how are you today? First time on Twitch? No, actually, second time. I streamed last night as well. Decided I'd give Twitch a go instead of YouTube for a bit, because I could always, like I did with yesterday's stream, just put the recording on YouTube anyway. I need to beat them at Speedy Cup's picture matching game first, and it's not looking good so far. Tell them I won't drink any more water unless they go. Well done, Dunny, I have a crying child. My work here is done. Evil Dunnikin. Right, so what do I need to do next? Why did those keys stop working? No idea at the minute, but they work when I first play it, so I'll look at that later. Right, we'll have a go at changing this level to 3D now, I think. So we'll start the maze, change it to 3D. Let's see what effect that does straight away. Probably nothing with it still just having sprites. Yep, good. What I'll do is copy the camera setup from the skiing level. And stick that in on start of layout. It doesn't really matter where I put it in there. I said a crying child, half your work is done. Surely now that they're crying sticks, so you can send them to bed for being naughty and crying. Right, so we'll now create some 3D objects for the actual maze. 3D shape, and we'll call that maze edge. So the maze is 64 by 64, so we'll change these textures to 64 by 64. I'm going to put the image point in the top left like I have done with all the others. For now, that might change. Apply that to all. Are you working on any games at the minute, Marlin? So I'll just get my colour palette together that I was using for this. Where's that colour palette? See what this looks like first before I do anything. I'll add it into the code. Maze generation. Right, I need to give this new 3D shape the same instance variables as the other one that I've done. Change that to a string. And we'll swap all these out. Yeah, you can normally replace objects, but with them being different types, I'm going to have to manually do them all. Have a look and see if that looks okay. I'm going to play with the camera, but could see that it's starting to work. Right, so next need to change the Z height of them to match the 3D camera's value. It's got this Z scale which you basically divide the height of the sprite by this number to get the Z height for the 3D objects to make them look square. So quick calculation, if I set it to 4.9 that should work. And next I will get the camera changed slightly so it's all on screen. I don't know where everything is, I'll just add the edge markers that I used on the skiing level. Use these so I can visualise where the 3D camera is, because I found it quite hard guessing it without showing where the edge of the actual viewport was.
It's just the way I can't keep you honest like you're coming clean. It's just the way you seem to be addicted to leaving me. It's just the way now that I can't sleep at night. Now that you're gone, it's just a rain.
So that's where the edge of the screen is. So let's see where that is on this camera. Why are they not showing up? Set them initially visible, that'll help. There we can see that's the actual size of where the play area is, so I'll need at some point to centralise this maze, but I'm not going to do that just now. What I don't get is why this maze isn't working like the other level. I wonder if it's because I have a bigger play area. Change it to that. Does that make a difference to the camera? No. Oh, I know what it is. I think I have it pointing at the player, and there's no player in this level. 3D camera. X, camera Y, Z, look at. Maybe somewhere between those values, so we had 960 and 480. That's what I don't like about this Constructs 3D. It seems things like setting the camera, it's a bit hit and miss as to what values to use unless I'm completely missing some way of doing it. That's not looking too bad. I may leave it there and then have some form of scenery in the background, some trees or something, to make it look like you're coming out the top of a avalanche that you've been buried in. Right, so we need to set up these other things. So we need to now check if the spade is overlapping a 3D shape. We need to change that to 3D shape. That. That to 3D shape. So can 3D shapes not spawn another object? No. Right, that could be a pain. I think what I'm going to have to do is add in all those sprites that are deleted, use them to generate the map, then loop through every one of those and spawn a 3D object for them, and the various 3D objects for these others. Do I need to do that? Maybe I won't, because I don't actually need an exit, all I need is a hole. So I may get away with not doing this, so should now spawn the maze with a hole in the top where you can get out. No, it's not doing. Why is that?
We can dress it up in red. If last time you want it, but you would never get out. Like we'll
That's for a start. Yeah, I'm going to have to undo everything I've just been doing, but first we'll just take a copy of that 3D camera because I don't want to fiddle about with that again. Hopefully there's enough MB. Right, that should be back to how we were without any 3D objects. Just with a 3D camera. Get rid of that one. Right, so we should now have a 2D with everything spawning correctly. So what I'm going to do, just for now, I'm going to do a really hacky way, and that is just wait a second for it to do it. I'll figure out a better way to do this in a bit, but wait a second there. I'm going to create a function. This is so hacky, but it'll do. And in here what we'll do is we will first of all loop for each maze edge. We will create a 3D object for it. What we'll do is call that function here. Right, I've also changed the size of the thing since then, didn't I? I must have undone that. Change that 64 by 64, and that was 4.9, I think. Player can move about. The spade is over there, which I will turn into a 3D object next. I think I'll probably need to rotate the camera a little bit more to make the way out on these top ones a bit more visible. And back to the skiing level. Right. Works for now, we'll leave it like that. Right, now we need to change the colours on here. So
Take your words back home.
let's find my colours.
Nice and slow. Feel the ebb and flow. Please get sucked out to sea.
So that is the top edge. Wrong one. Actually, that is the front edge. Back and front, front's top. Right, we will have a slightly darker colour. Top we'll never see, the back we'll never see, the left and the right I'll probably do a similar colour. I'll never actually see the top face either, so I don't need to do anything for that. So we'll never see top because that'll be away from the camera all the time. Back, that's the bottom one, so it really doesn't matter what that one has on. So it's just the left that I need to change the colour for. Right, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, they need some work on them, but you can now differentiate where the routes are that you need to go. Yeah, can't do anything if I've not picked up the spade, which I can hardly see. That's the spade. The UI's not popping up because I've currently got that hidden, so downhill section looking good. Yeah, I don't know, have you seen much of that in the stream, or do you want me to just show you that? Because got like a full loop of that working now. Got a countdown at the beginning. You go through the gates, all's good. You miss gates, then the avalanche starts catching you up. Hit a tree, you lose a life. Miss those. Avalanche is catching me up. Ah, I'm dead. And then it takes you through to this level, which is randomly generated. A player start position, an exit point, and a spade, which I'll turn into a 3D object now so we can actually see it. So how big's this spade? 20 by 60. So we need another 3D object. for this we're only going to need to see the bottom face, I think, if I'm working that out right. So the spade shape, we don't need to see the front face, the left face, the right face, the top face, just purely the bottom face, which has the spade image on it. I may end up changing it depending how it looks so that it's the top of the cube that it shows, but we'll see what this looks like first. Yeah, it's coming along down and looking polished. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. I need to add some more scenery in. I've got to draw some rocks and logs that you hit. Probably some animals or something that run across and deduct your point. They won't kill you, but they'll deduct points if you kill them, like rabbits or something like that. I just wanted to get this maze mainly working tonight. I worked on the random generation earlier and since streaming just started sort of adding the 3D-ness to it and the collectibles and things. Spawn the spade. Move that out of the way, that's in the wrong place. Right, so create the spade here. What I need to do is get this spade sprite to create a 3D object then. Don't know whether you guys find when you're doing game jams that you're getting code and events and stuff down that quick that a lot of the time you have to struggle to figure out what you've actually done. I'm just going to give that load the image even though we're not using it just onto that first one, because then that displays when I'm looking at it like here, so I can see it's a spade just instead of looking for that dice. Which right, so I think that should now spawn a 3D, lots of 3Ds. Right, we've had this issue before, so I think I know how to fix this. But first I just need to change the size of it. Where else was I creating this spade? So I'm creating that there. I'm not as quick as you. Yeah, but these are visual events, it's not proper code, so... Right, that shouldn't be there. That should be in here. Wrong screen. This one. Yeah, it works, but that's not very visible. We'll try it on the top face instead. It breaks the aesthetic though of the stickers probably, but let's have a look, see what it looks like.
This is not the end, she says. She's drenched in blood.
So we want the top face, we don't want the bottom face. Actually, it's not the top face, it's the front face it should be on. Yeah, that's not looking very good at all. We will go back to the bottom face. Yeah, it's visible, but I think I'm going to have a rethink of how I do these. Maybe I'll get it so it's showing the front and back and it rotates. I think for tonight I won't bother trying to fix that. Right, so we've got the maze. Hide the door. Right, I need to add solid behaviour. I'll do that to the maze edge because I'm already using these, so I'll just leave those. That's the colliders instead of adding it to the 3D shape. Tell you what, my brain's hurting from coding, so I'll do the logs and the rocks for the skiing level instead. So I'll go back into Affinity Designer. Not James, I can see you can laugh at my poor vector skills. I've got some reference images somewhere that I found earlier. So let's start, we'll do a rock first. They're going to be quite simple shapes with very minimal shading, so keep them quite boxy. couple of slightly brown rocky colour. Looks vaguely rock shaped. So let's add a bit of shading onto this. So my not very neat way of adding shading to things is I draw a random sort of shape roughly where I want it, way outside. Slightly darker, get rid of that stroke. That one's not got a stroke, is that? And then I move that as a child of it, and voila, we have some manky shading. A little bit too dark, I think, that at the minute. Get rid of the stroke. Helps if I actually highlight what I'm wanting to do. Get rid of the stroke. Add that fill colour to it. Make it slightly darker. Use that as a child of that as well. That looks vaguely rocket-like. We'll go with this. Right, so let's give that an outline. Don't delete everything. And then I'll create a duplicate of that and give that a bigger outline. Change that to white. And that gives it the sticker book style that I've been going for with all the other assets. How big's my player? So the player's 100 high, so maybe 60 for the rocks. Let's start. Selection only. 60. Rock one. So we now have a rock. Three-D shape. Rock one. Just randomly add it somewhere for now. And it's just the bottom face. I've ever been putting the image points on these. Need to tidy these folders up again. I've got a load of stuff here that I've just chucked, not sorted. Set the image point to the bottom. Just load the image. Actually, that'll be a shadow on that face. So what size is it? Right, as Construct just crashed on me. Looking like it might have crashed. That's something that Construct very rarely does. But unlike Sticks, I save regularly, so I won't have lost very much progress. Unity's never crashed. That's quite lucky because you'd have a 20-minute wait each time just to reload it, wouldn't you? Damn, it does look like it's a while since I saved. I take back everything I said. It's too late now, Sticks. Right, where'd I got up to? Spade stuff was all done. Actually, I probably haven't lost anything hardly because I'd been working in Affinity for the past quarter of an hour anyway. Just have to add the shaping again. So 68 by 60 is the size of it. So 68 by 60, and we need to divide 60 by 13 to get the Z height. .6. And we only need the bottom face. And we will need the back face eventually, but not just yet until I've done a shadow. Let's add our rocking. Just add those in randomly for now. Set up autosave. I think I have got autosave set up, but I've done so little since I'd changed it. It really didn't matter, I suppose. I need to add those to the family so they move. So we have some rocks. The black border's not as thick as it should be, so I'll change that first. What are they on this? 12. I've got to go with 14. What big well-known games have been built with this construct engine? That would probably be a big fat no for like AAA standard, but there's quite a lot of indie games out there. Yep, Sticks Guinea Pig Parkour, that's a very good one. Tell you what, I will find a video of that because that's a good one to show. Find it. So this is Guinea Pig Parkour. This is made in Construct. Is it out yet, or is it still just alpha at the minute? Yeah, next Penelope's a very good game. That's probably the best currently released game, I'd say. But Construct can pretty much any 2D game you want to make. There's no reason really why you couldn't make it in Construct. So yeah, that's Guinea Pig Parkour and Last Penelope. And this is Last Penelope, which I'd not realised had actually come out on the Switch as well. But it's just a bit of a Micro Machines meets Wipeout type game, I'd say. But it is really fun and fast. And there's lots of other smaller indie games. I do think Hungry Ian is probably the pinnacle of Construct mobile game dev anyway. I think Construct gets quite bad press sometimes just because it's so easy to get basic stuff working like platformers and things, but it's also got a lot more depth that you can go a lot further than just a basic platformer or stuff. Right, let's make a shadow for this rock now. Out of the way. Right, I think if I select don't need those two to make a shadow. Don't need a stroke on it. Set it to 40, and there we have a shadow. Export, selection, so. Hungry Ian's dev too elite for Steam. Well, yeah, I think he is. I think Dinosaurs and Tiny Bites will be going straight to Switch or PlayStation 5 even. It's on Android, was on iOS for a year or two. Did it get taken off? Have you still got a developer license for iOS, or is that why it's not on there anymore? Not sure exactly how the iOS stuff works, whether it stays on even when you haven't got an account anymore or... Right, let's give this rock a shadow. So if we now make that face visible as well, I think it's the back face. Rocks should now have shadows, which they do. Did I load my new image in for the rock? I don't think I did I? I'll let the Apple license run out. Yeah, I've never had an Apple license, probably because I've not got a Mac to publish anything. Plus the fact I never finish anything because I'm too busy swapping engines. Funny story, I have been considering this week swapping Ghost Blaster back to Construct again. Because I've just enjoyed using Construct so much this week. But I think I should just probably not develop any of it until I change my mind to carry on with Godot. Pick one, nah. I think going forward I will continue with Construct for 2D and Unreal for 3D and probably not use Godot. Even though I do like Godot, I just find Constructs a lot more accessible and quicker to use. Why do I need to pick one, Dunny, anyway? Right, so we will now create the event for colliding with those rocks. And then we'll make some logs. Player collisions, are they in? Probably get away with just duplicating most of this and probably could do with adding them into a family. Actually, I gave the trees a collision box so that I could reuse this functionality. So we'll rename that group. 'Cause it's not just for tree collisions. Hazard collisions. And how did I set stuff up? It's been all of 2 days and I can't remember. Right, so it was a uncreated thing, so I will duplicate that, replace that object with a rock, place the tree with a rock in there. Each time you choose a new engine you start at square one. To be honest, even though I've been using Godot for over a year, I've been making that slow progress on it. I'm not that much further ahead than I was with the Construct one that I swapped from. Apart from the lighting and some different mechanics that I've done in Godot. Yeah, of course, I've still got the old progress. I loaded it up the other day. I think it was September last year was the last time I'd done anything on it. I won't count on one of them getting finished. Because I've got a 3D game idea that I'd like to do as well. Because thinking of making a 3D version of this game, which I will show you in a second. Just for Dunny, because I know he loves Spectrum games. I'm thinking of making a 3D updated version of Night Law, which I spent many an hour playing as a child back in the distant past of the 80s. So it's sort of an isometric puzzle platformer where you go around rooms avoiding enemies and collecting keys to open doors and objects to do things in other rooms. So that's what I'm thinking of using Unreal for, but we'll see. We've got to jam first, I suppose. Right, so I think that should be the rock collisions set up. Oh, those hitboxes are way too big for the rocks, but the collisions work. So we'll make those a bit smaller. I'm setting them to 96 by 64. We'll set them to... how wide were they? 68 by 60, so we'll give a little bit of a margin for error. We'll go with 60 wide. And 32. Go. You notice that life isn't updating. I presume I'm waiting until after the flashing's finished before I update that, so change that as well. You probably should just lose your life straight away. Move that above the weight. That should then instantly lose your life when I need to add some form of particle collision effect in as well when I hit trees and stuff. Because it's not that obvious that you've lost a life. Some hit effect, and maybe something like when I go through the gates where with the points, maybe some ouch or something in a bubble. That'll probably do it. So let's make logs next. I'm liking doing the vector stuff though. It's making a change from pixel art, which I think I've just done too much of and needed the change. If I actually learn how to use the software, then I might even enjoy it even more. Do for the end of a log. Where's it gone? Tell you what, I'll just copy that colour. Turn up the opacity. The end of a log slightly lighter than the log itself though, so we'll do that. Make a rough log shape. And there we have a magnificent looking log. It's vaguely loggy. Maybe make this end a little bit bigger. And then I'll make some lines onto it shortly just for some splits in it maybe and the wings on the end. Add those together, move them below the other ones. Outline colour to white. I don't know why I've got my canvas so small. It's far better. Right. Let's draw some end grain on this. Just add a circle for the middle bit. Get rid of the stroke.
Take your words back home, but back way nice and slow. Feel the ebb and flow. Please get sucked out to sea. I wonder where you are, 'cause you know I take these things kinda extra hard. This back and forth will take me anywhere I need to be. I can't need you anymore. You're out there, you're on your own, and I can't need you anymore. They say all good things must end, but it's been too long since I've seen one again. It's over now, you played your role, now it's time to dissipate. I may not get very far, let's be honest, I will
Scale
never
this up.
be a star. Holding on, take me anywhere I need
Make
to
this a little
be.
bit darker.
Take a good look, 'cause I'll be gone. I can't need you anymore.
I'm not sure that looks very good, but when it gets in the game it'll be a lot smaller. I'm sure it'll look fine.
Tell me I'm all wrong. Anything to make it easier. Oh, keep your secret songs, 'cause I can't hear them anymore. Oh, tell me when it's all done. Take these memories and burn them all, one by one. 'Cause it's not fair to keep holding on. I can't need you anymore. 'Cause you're out there, you're on your own, and I can't need you anymore. 'Cause it's not fair.
How do I make this taper? Got that.
Take your words back home, back way nice and slow. Feel the ebb and flow, but please get sucked out to sea.
Nope, no idea how to make it taper off into smaller at this end. I'm sure there's a simple way of doing it, but I do not know how. Is it a pen line? Turn it into a triangle shape rather than a line. Ah,
I think you don't know now, but it could be
cunning plan. Thank you for that, Sticks. Oh, that was way better. Thanks for that. Good having a vector graphics god in the chat. That'll nearly do. I'll just put a little bit of shading on the top, I think. Use my dodgy shading method again. I'm sure there's a lot nicer way of doing this as well, Sticks. You're probably laughing at me for doing it this way, but now that works. Yeah, it works. I know I was before messing about using the... oh, where was it? Like selecting that and then the other one and then using these like adds and intersects and subtracts, but I found that it works, so that'll do. Bud Pico was using Critter for his stuff last night. It's really nice. Yeah, I've used Critter a little bit. I've always thought it was really nice, but never... we're doing pixel art all the time. I've never really gone any further with it. Right, so we'll export this. Probably slightly less than the log size wise. Keep them all together, so duplicate that one for making the shadow. bought that as well. I think I went for 50. Yeah. And let's add this in. I may end up doing more scenery, but we'll see how it goes time-wise. So 100 by 50. I'll add it to the family while I remember. And we need to see the back face and the bottom face again. I also need to do the maths to work out what Z height to give it.
Don't you wait,
3.8.
that may be the last thing you ever do right. You're worried about how it always sounds so long ago. You can't see it starting over again. And all we know is
Have you ever done anything with critter sticks? Or do you just use your Adobe overpriced stuff?
don't you wait to come back. 'Cause I've been
Used it for a few minutes, but tend to stick with the premium options. I suppose it's what you know, isn't it? So, well, speaking of which, can you spare a wee £500 for my Adobe? I hope you're not asking me that. But if you are, no, I can't. Just before the jam, I started looking at a new piece of software. I don't know whether I mentioned it. Sort of a Substance Painter alternative. Quixel Mixer. Because Epicone, it integrates with Unreal a lot, but quite easily, I think. So looks quite an interesting free version. If someone could look at Quixel, that'd be great. Yeah, I installed it and played about with it for about half an hour. Because I know there's Mixer and Bridge as well, and I think Bridge is integrated into Unreal 5. You just open it in a tab actually in Unreal 5, so I plan on using that workflow when I make this 3D game that I'm adding to my list of stuff that I'll never finish. Right, so I'll set up these logs now to do collisions. Place the rock with logs. Done them all. I've got to change the shape of it. That's why it looked a bit weird. 106. by 50, 100 by 50, 106 by 50. I can send me some Bitcoin as well if you want, Sticks. I won't be spending it on Adobe stuff though. Did anyone see that link that I put in the Discord earlier with the free stuff that Unreal are just giving away, I think till the 1st of November? That looks quite an interesting piece of software, an add-on that you can create visual stories with. It's free, and a top-down sort of skeleton framework as well. Saw the word Unreal and looked away. There's some assets though, because every month Unreal give a load of stuff away, and you can quite easily just export them from Unreal, load them into Unreal and then just export them as FBXs or something, and you can use them for anything then. And it's free stuff, so free stuff's free stuff. It's like all the games that are free. You're never going to play them, but if it was Steam giving them away, would you take them? Of course he would, and I would. I take anything that's free. What size for this log again? 100 by 50. The log looks a bit more substantial than a rock, so I'll make it slightly deeper. I think I need to have a play about with the rock and the logs, because the thickness of the lines don't look the same as the other things. But so the rocks and the logs now give us damage. So that is that done. I think I may leave it there for tonight, 'cause I need to have a think about what I want to do to sort out this maze level, because I need to sort out that delay and do a proper fix for that, so it just spawns these shapes straight away. And I need to work out a nice way of displaying the collectibles in 3D a bit better. Also need to add a 3D player in there. So yeah, I think I'll call that it here. So thanks everybody for stopping by. Find somebody to raid. Anybody, any suggestions? There's not many people that I follow online at the minute. Let's have a look. Tell you what. We'll give Vimlark a raid. So, because I'm such a noob, the raiding, was it /raid and then the name of the person that you're raiding? Wow, I remember stuff. Right, well, thanks everyone for popping by and sticking with it. Hope everybody's doing well in the jam. And I will catch you all later. See y'all later.
Is there an easier way to go through this? Azarak, also, how's it going? Oh, Kaiju. I'm an idiot. Kunai. I don't know why. I read Kunai because the last game had Kunai in them. And